Hello friends, this is Ajmal. Uh, Ponniyin Selvan. It was a wonderful novel from Kalki. So today we're going to see the plot summary of Kalki's Ponniyin Selvan. Life inspirational. The story revolves around Vandiyathevan, a charming, brave and a brilliant young man who sets out to the Chola land to deliver a message to the king and the princess from the crown prince Aditya Karigalan. The story shuttles between Vandiyathevan's travels in Chola country and the young princess Arulmozhi Varman's travels in Sri Lanka. The narrative deals with attempts by his sister Kundavai to bring back Arulmozhi as Rajaraja. So was called his crowning to establish political peace in a land seemingly getting disordered with unrest and signs of civil war, plotted by vassals and petty chieftains. Parantaka Chola was well known in Tamil, was succeeded by his second son Gandharaditya, as the first son Raja Aditya had died in a battle. At the time of Gandharaditya's death, his son Madurandaka was a 2-year-old child. And hence Gandharaditya's brother Arinjaya ascended the throne. After Arinjaya's death, his son Pratangya II, Sundara Chola, was crowned. He had two sons, Aditya Karigalan and Dr. Kundavai, and the younger son Arulmozhi Varman, the later known Rajaraja. When the story starts, the Emperor Sundara Chola is ill and bedridden. This was the starting point of the story. Aditya Karigalan is the general of the northern command and lived in Kanchi, and Arulmozhi Varman, who could be famous later as Rajaraja Chola I. He is in Sri Lanka in battle, and their sister Kundavai Pirati lived in Chola royal household at Palayarai. The story is set in motion when the rumor starts that there is a conspiracy against the Sundara Chola and his sons. One person who gets a glimpse of the Pandya conspirators is a warrior, the Vannarkula Veeran Valvarayan Vandiyathevan, at the palace of his friend Kandamaran. It is through Vandiyathevans that we met most of the characters in the novels, such as Arulmozhi Varman, the prince whom all the people loved, and the Periya Paluvettarayar, the chancellor who married Nandini, the main conspirator. When he was 60 during his youth, Aditya Karigalan had fallen in love with Nandini, but she turned vengefully after Aditya Karigalan killed Veerapandiyan, who was probably her lover. It was a confusion which revolves in the story. Some says it was her father, and how to destroy the Chola dynasty. We also met Kundavi Devi, who, after hearing the news of the conspiracy, sends Vandiyathevan to Sri Lanka to give a message to Arulmozhi Varman to come back immediately. Besides this, there are other characters like Madurandaka Deva, the man whom the conspirators want to crown king, the son of Kandra Aditya, and Aniruddha Brahmaraya, Sundara Chola's prime minister, and a man who has eyes and ears everywhere. But the most wonderful character in the book is Brahma Maya's spy, Alvark Adiyan Nambi, who roams around the country challenging for debates. He collects information for the prime minister and is always around Vandiyathevan, rescuing him during trouble. There are some lovely and adorable women too, like Vanadi, Kadambalur princess, the woman who becomes Arulmozhi's wife later, who is in love with Arulmozhi, Punkulali, the boat woman who rows the future king to Lanka, Mandakani, the deaf and dumb stepmother of the original Madurandaka Cholan, and the aunt of Pungulali. Most memorable among this is Nandini, whose best is said to have the power to influence any man. Manimegalai, the sister of Kandaradi Manan, the Kadambur prince, who helps Nandini without any knowledge that she herself is the conspirator, and also he turns against Vandiyathevan, his best friend. In the meanwhile, with Pungulali's help, Vandiyathevan reaches Sri Lanka, meets Arulmozhivarman and becomes his close friend in Lanka. Arulmozhivarman realizes that his father had spent some time in an island near Lanka and had been with a girl born deaf and dumb. He meets her and realizes from her drawing that she and his father had two children. Who are those children and do they have right to the throne? Later one day in Thiruparambayam forest, Vandiyathevan sees Nandini and the Pandya conspirators place a small boy on a throne and take a vow in front of him. Who is this boy and what right does he have to the throne? Asked Vandiyathevan. While coming back from Lanka, Arulmozhivarman is caught in a cyclone and goes missing. Rumor spreads that he is dead, but he survives and stays at the Chondamani Vigram, a Buddhist monastery inn. Then slowly the dispersed family starts assembling. The conspirators meanwhile choose one day in which both the king and both his sons could be assassinated. Nandini in the meantime calls Aditya Karigalan to Kadambur palace to discuss about the future of kingdom. Though Karigalan knows that his life is in utter danger, he goes to Kadambur palace. Despite warnings from his grandfather, Aditya Karigalan was then assassinated there. It was debated till about the assassin, but actually as per historians, Ravidasan, the loyal god of Pandya king, killed Aditya as the revenge for Pandya king. Later, this case was tabled before Rajaraja Chola. He punished him with seizing his prosperity as Ravidasan was Brahmin community by birth, who were not punished to death in olden times generally. Meanwhile, Arulmozhivarman recovers and returns to Tanjavur, where he was forced to crown, and he accepts to get the crown initially. Later, he tricks everyone to crown to his uncle Uttama Chola. Thus, they gets the fifth part of the book. The name has Tyagasigaram.